I'm changing out the EGR valve on my 92 Honda Accord with the 2.2 liter. That's it right there, and there's the one I'm going to be replacing it with. And it has this little spring hat on there that holds it down onto the rim. But it looks like you might not even have to take that off. I don't even know why it comes off. I have a helper kitty cat here. You might not even have to take the spring hat off, because this does not, the top part does not come off of that, which it kind of seems like it might. So the tips I have is you have to get past this rim to get the 12 millimeter bolt out. And if you use a 1/4 inch drive socket, you can actually get by the rim without having to use any weird angles or anything. So that's a good trick. I'm going to try using this magnet against the nut as I loosen it so I don't drop it down in there. That would be bad. I dropped one of the springs earlier when I took it out to clean it, and I had to fish that out of there. So it's better not to lose it at all. And then putting it back on again, what you want to do is when you have the nut off and you're putting it back on again, you can slide the nut up onto a screwdriver and hold it with your finger, like the nut would be right there. Press it hard against the bolt, and then you let go of the nut and it'll slide down the screwdriver onto the bolt, and then you can use your free hand to get it to start on there, and then you're not going to risk dropping the nut down into the abyss. And then to get if you haven't done this before, the wire comes over here to this connector. There's a little button on top, and the little button, when you push that, that's what allows you to pull the entire connector off of the mounting metal piece. But to get the switch apart, the button to push that, to pull the switch, to pull the connector open, is on the underside of that. So you can remove it from, if you have two hands and not one holding a camera, you can push this button down here and slide the connectors off of the metal tab they mount to. Then you can more easily get the switch apart. So I think that's pretty much all my tricks. To get this hose off the end, you might have to pry it with a screwdriver to get it loose if it's been on there in a long time. And the other thing I did is I kind of loosened up all the crud that was in the hole down in the intake, and I taped a straw on the tip of my little hand vac and vacuumed all that out, making a little extension for that. I think that was all the tips I had. Looks like this might be part of my rough running problem. I keep getting oil into my spark plugs tubes, and then they hydraulic out. That's pretty dry though. Why did that come out? I don't know. One more thing to look at.